Hey, true believers, Englentine here, ranking every appetizer we tried in 2018 from worst to best, no matter what theme park we were in. We even include food and wine festival stuff because I was a little stupid and didn't give that its own list when Food and Wine Festival happened. So it'll probably change next year, but for now, that's the way it's going to be. So there were 24 of them. Let's get this party started. At number 24, we have Enzo Hideaway's bread service. And yes, I'm including bread service. Heck, we remember Red Lobster's cheese biscuits. If it's good, it's good. This wasn't good. This was plain old, nothing special about it, bread with plain olive oil. And it was just, it's like drinking olive oil or letting your bread soak it up. It was just bitter. It was unpleasant. Nothing I want to have in my mouth again. Number 23 comes from the France Pavilion at Epcot during the Food and Wine Festival. It is the escargot in a croissant, and this was horrible. Look at it. It looks like somebody puked on a croissant and filled it with escargot, and it tastes that way too. Now, I didn't mind the bread bowls because the garlic butter got soaked up by the bread bowls. Here, nothing did. It was just wrong on every front. This is disgusting. At number 22, we have the bread service at Terrellini's. Now, this was decent. It was okay. The bread was fine, fresh in the middle, hard in the, it's Italian bread. The vegetable medley had a good tang to it, but you couldn't really dip it. It wasn't good with the bread itself for some reason. I mean, if you could just eat it straight up, that was fine. This is just two elements that are good apart, but when put together, they fall short. At number 21, we have the pumpkin soup from the French Cafe Boulangerie, and it's pumpkin, and they made a bowl and put it in there, and it's soup. It's got there's no flavor to it. It doesn't even really taste like pumpkin very much, but you do get that pumpkin consistency at least, and then you get to eat the soggy bread. It's there, ladies and gentlemen. It's there. I mean, it's not pleasant. It's not fun, but it's there. Number 20 from Terrellina Cafe. Yes. Anyway, it's the Italian restaurant in downtown Disney. Oh, I always say that. Never mind. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Gail got this as her dinner and almost immediately regretted it because there's nothing special about this Caesar salad. From the flavors, what you get is it could be at any salad bar anywhere. You could even make this at home. There's nothing special about it. It's rather bland. Number 19 is the soda bread that you get at Finnegan's. I was actually impressed with this. The soda bread, you don't need anything on it. It tastes fine by itself. It's really good. And then they do give you an apple butter, and they give you regular butter if you want that, and you mix those two, man, and it is awesome. This is a really good bread service, one of my favorite of the year. One of them, not but one of them. At number 18, going to Epcot, over to the refreshment port by Canada. During the Food and Wine Festival, they had sweet potato fries poutine. And this was good. They had marshmallows, little almonds on it and such, and it was good. Oh, it was pecan. Anyway, I forget, some sort of nut. The only problem I have with this, and this is why it's so low, is that the more I ate, the less it tasted good. It's just after a while, it was like, okay, I'm done. At number 17, we have the best bread service on this list. I didn't go to Sanaa, so this is going to be. And this is from the California Grill. And now this is what I'm talking about. If you're going to give me some olive oil, make sure there's a whole bunch of stuff in it. In this case, we had tomatoes, all sorts of Italian herbs, spices, and so forth. This was good. I downed this. Once everybody was finished, I was still eating the bread. It was so good. Number 16, it's back to the food festival, into the food festival center at the wine shop. And this is, I never get this right, it's La Belteggio. It's a weird name for a cheese plate. It's called La Bottega del Belgosio cheese plate. And it was good. I loved the creamy cheese. They had like a lot of fruit sauce to go with it. Sometimes it mixed with the meat though, and that was kind of weird. But overall, really good cheese plate. Staying at the food festival, we're going to go over to Japan for the beef nigiri. Now, I thought it was okay. The cream sauce is a little bit tangy, and the jalapeno does give it a little bit of bite. My daughter loved it, but she is into sushi, so There's the difference. I am not. She is. I liked it. She loved it. Probably means it's pretty darn good. At number 13, still staying at the Food and Wine Festival, but this time we're going over to, I think it was like an Almond Shack or something like that. But this is the, what is this? This is the artichoke and almond dip. And my wife loves artichoke dip. We get it all the time at restaurants, so we tried this out. A little bit salty, but still very, very good, very appetizing, I guess. At number 12 are jalapeno grits at STK. I've never had jalapeno grits. I wanted to try jalapeno grits, so I tried it. And it tasted like jalapeno and grits. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great either. There was just a little something missing, and I think that thing missing was a little fire. If you're going to have something jalapeno, you definitely have to give it a little heat. It was tasty, but ultimately not top 10 worthy. On the other hand, the Caesar dressing from the Enzo Hideaway Caesar salad was surprisingly spicy, and it was really good. This is not like the other Caesar salad that we did earlier. That was very bland, like it was Hidden Valley right out from the grocery store. This was special, and it didn't even have all of the same stuff it had in there. But I would eat this twice before I went back to Terralini to have their Caesar salad. Number 11 is the charcuterie board from California Grill. The apple chutney is awesome. It had pork terrine, duck confit. It was so very tasty. We went through it like it was the only food left on earth. I had to remind myself to take a picture, and that's why you're seeing a half-empty charcuterie board right here. But yeah, this was enjoyed by all. At number 10, we return to Finnegan's at Universal Studios Orlando. So it's shrimp escargot. That's basically it. Everything like an escargot except for it's got shrimp. It's basically shrimp scampi with some cheese on top. And you know what? It's very delicious. We like to get it when we go out there, and it never disappoints. At number 9, it's back to the food festival and over to Spain, where we got the charcuterie cone that my wife said, I don't want any, but then just took to starting to eat. It was doused in a dressing that was just amazing. Really good spices, herbs. The meat were fresh. The cheese was cold. And it had olives, which I love. So it was so good. Just so good. At number 8, we have the Greek nachos. Sorry for the picture. It was nighttime. Anyway, this was one of the only things I could have because I could remove the onions. And it was on a whim, and it was such a good surprise. The tzatziki sauce, which my wife calls tsitsi sauce, was really tangy. It fit with the chicken, which is vegan chicken. So it's like fake chicken or whatever you call it. I don't know. Anyway, this is something I got more than once, and I would go back to get again. At number 7, we go to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. Surprise, surprise. Watch the drinks video where we count down the best drinks. You'll see we go to Jock Lindsay's all the time. And this is one of our favorite appetizers. Love the sesame seed pretzel. It's like rye seeds. And the beer cheese, that's why we get it. This whole thing is just a way to transfer that beer cheese into our mouths. Or at least Ashley's, my daughter's. She will not touch the mustard, and sometimes she doesn't even let me touch the cheese sauce. It is a lot of fun, and I love the way they present it, and it is very good. At number 6, we're going to go to the Terralini Cafe, where another surprise was their fried olives. These were good. Now, I like olives, but this just elevated them. Man, this was good. This is a go to their bar and just get this appetizer kind of thing. Don't even bother with dinner, although the dinner wasn't bad. Go to the bar, get these. Oh, that was so tasty. You will not be disappointed if you like olives. For number 5, we go back to the food festival. We're in Ireland, and we're getting the warm cheddar cheese stout with the rye bread to dip. They needed more bread, but hey, I had a spoon, and it was good. A little bit salty, but I think that added to the charm. This is something, like if you could have it on a cold, cold day, would just warm you from inside out. At number 4, we go to Universal Studios City Walk in Orlando, and we go to the Cowfish to get their calamari TNT, which stands for Tails and Tentacles, in a sweet, spicy chili sauce. And they mean that. That is both sweet and spicy, and it's so, so good. Cooked very fresh. or at least it tastes that way. I have no doubt it came to them frozen. Anyway, my goodness gracious, this was one of my favorite appetizers, and if you see the video it was in, you'll notice like the plate is just cleaned and almost all the sauce is off. That's because I just sopped every last bit of it I could. At number 3, it's back to Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar, where we have the Nang Thao Spicy Chicken. Wow, this was so flavorful, so good. And what surprised me is it says spicy popcorn chicken, and the popcorn itself is spicy as well. I love spicy food. This nailed it for me. If you do not, this is not for you. If you don't like Asian food, this is not for you. If you don't like Asian spicy, it's not for you. If you do, this is one of the best things on property that you could get. For number 2, we're going over to City Walk, Orlando again, to the Cowfish to try shiso florel, which is beef tenderloin, cream cheese, asparagus, and a tempura shiso leaf togarashi spice with pounded ginger sauce. And oh my gosh, I know my daughter didn't like it so much. I loved this. Downed a whole bunch of it. I know Todd did too because he took a whole bunch. It's really good. That ginger sauce brought everything together, gave it a little tang. Man, I would go just for this. And at number 1, the absolute greatest appetizer I had this year was the grilled octopus at STK. Now, I would never recommend you go to STK. It's way too pricey, way too loud to be enjoyable. But if you're out there and you're by yourself, you could sit at the bar, grab this. It is so flavorful. The ink sauce, oh my gosh, that is so good. It gives it like a smoky flavor. This haunted me. After we got done with the dinner and went home, I immediately wanted to come back and get this again. It was that good. So there you go, gang. That is every theme park appetizer I've had in 2018 ranked from worst to best. What about you? What were some things that you had that I didn't have that you would recommend or recommend me stay away from? What was on the list that you tried? Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree with where I put them on the list, or that I shouldn't have done bread services. Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you like this video, you know the drill. Click like, please share, and get word out about the channel. And, of course, if you haven't done it already, subscribe and hit that notification bell. But don't forget to watch the videos. Subscribing and all that, that's good. But you got to watch the videos, man, right? Alrighty. Also, if you don't mind helping out the channel, I've got a Ko-Fi, I've got a Patreon. The links are in the description below. So if you don't mind going on over, drop $1 in the total. Ko-Fi has a tip jar, so you don't have to do any monthly kind of thing. Certainly appreciate you helping us to keep the lights on and helping us to keep making videos for you. I'd like to thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.